Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Jikat and today we're back with another banger video giving you guys the latest and greatest PulseChain news. And today we're going to be talking about more specifically about HEX, the HEX that's on PulseChain, the HEX that's a cycle one narrative, a beautiful looking chart. And today we're going to be covering why I believe it will reach $2 in under 365 days from today, why it is not late, why it is bullish, why if you don't know or don't believe in HEX, this video will change your mind. Now, if you do know a little bit about HEX, I'm going to be going into a lot more detail to covering the different aspects that makes PHEX such a bullish token, from the sacrifice to a lot more things. So watch the whole video through. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. I'm going to make this video and then I'm going to leave, go touch some grass and not look at charts. But I mean, this is why I love being on GoPulse, because I look at this beautiful green circles that I'm seeing, which actually it brings me to the point. Before I jump into it, I just want to say a quick thank you to the YouTube members who are choosing to support my small channel. Thank you very much for keeping me going. Either way, it's a pleasure making these videos for you guys. Number two, I wanted to talk about this highlighted comment here. Okay, and I think it's a great point to start off the video. Holding Pulse and PulseX since sacrifice, but now seeing how other coin are pumping and how we are stuck and I have lost all hopes, or I have lost my hopes. I want to explain to you, first of all, thank you very much for that comment. And this is absolutely fine to have doubts in your mind. Okay, especially when you look at the chart every single day, which, by the way, that could be an unhealthy habit, especially if you should be, if you're in a long position, you should be long-term price oriented. So the little things that's happening, per day, oh, Bitcoin went up by 3%, but PulseChain didn't really. That's called noise. Sometimes you have to zoom out a little bit. Look at the weekly performance. You know what I mean? Like, let's click on the weekly performance. Let's go on GoPulse. Let's click on, the 7-day performance, and you will see PHEX is actually up 40%. Bitcoin is up 19%. So now all of a sudden, your mindset changes. Is actually, okay, no, you're right. Sometimes I'm telling you guys, of course, you have technical analysis and everything is great. You need volume, etc. But when you look at the chart every single day, there will be some noise. It's just volatility, right? This is what Richard Hart said. Volatility is the price that you pay for holding the world's greatest asset. Could be HEX. And also my second mention to this video is PulseX. It's going to be my two main tokens. Those are the two tokens that I really think are undervalued. Okay. Majorly. We're going to cover a lot of reasons today. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about EHEX. Where do I think it's going? I've seen people mention the EHEX to PHEX ratio. It used to be 1 to 3 ratio, 1 to 4, but now it's almost 1 to 10. Where do I feel like EHEX will go? What will be kind of my vision for it? So watch the whole video through. Again, it's just my opinion. This is not financial advice at all. Please do your own research. Only invest with the risk capital. Okay. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. As we move on, I want to start off by, covering this tweet, Frank Molina. Or actually, before I do that, okay, I just want to quickly show the chart. HEX, we have hit a major milestone, and this is really, really great, where effectively we are turning a resistance layer into a support layer or level, okay? It's huge. Breaking that 2-cent mark, we're basically at the local all-time high in the previous, I think this is almost 250 days. You can see that, 252 days, okay? This is basically where PulseChain was doing really great. This is where INC went from like 40 cents to $10 almost, okay? Again, when we were in that mini altcoin season where Solana was doing really great, breaking crazy volumes, right? So I'm telling you guys, the signs are there. I mean, look at this. First of all, look at that. It's a minor correction. Basically a cup handle being formed, if you can see that. I think the next milestone is definitely that 4-cent mark, which is breaking the all-time high. And I think once we break that, it'll be price discovery, guys. At the same time, if you don't really care, if you're here for the long run, what I'm telling you right now, or what's going to happen in the midterm, etc., doesn't really matter to me, guys. I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? But I do like to keep up to date with things so I can make videos on them. What I believe PHEX will do, for a lot of reasons. If you guys didn't know, there was a sacrifice phase that, shout out to the comment. I understand that, let me bring that comment up. I understand that you have this concern, and I'm telling you, if you do more research into PulseChain, into PHEX, you know what I mean, generally the whole ecosystem, you will actually now, because, you know, a lot of people do just enough research where they actually fall in the mid curve where, oh, you know, I Googled Richard Hart. I see a lot of people called him a scam. That's why I didn't invest in it. I've spoken to people IRL who told me this, and they would call themselves, I've done research. This is where you don't do adequate research, where you fall in that mid curve. Now, you either want to be ahead of the curve and do a lot of research and really dig deep into it. Is Richard Hart really a scam? Why is SEC suing Richard Hart for what? On what basis? You know what I mean? Oh, targeting US, calling the sacrifice, which, by the way, 40,000 people signed a petition saying that they're not victims to a sacrifice, that it was not an investment. But no, SEC still believes that it was an illegal ICO. You know what I mean? And people still call him a scammer. HEX, that literally created, we're talking about EHEX, the original one, that peaked at, I think launched at 2019, peaked at 2021, that literally did a 10,000x, minted a lot of new millionaires that are still millionaires today, changed their lives for the better forever. Okay? They are talking trash about EHEX because it fell down 99%. When stuff like Shiba Inu, it fell down 99%. Bitcoin as well. This is how crypto moves, okay? But I'm going to tell you, guess what though? EHEX is still 100x above the pre-sale price or the launch price of EHEX. You know what I mean? But people don't look at this that way. And at the same time, in terms of EHEX, and just generally, and I made a tweet about this, okay, where I said, HEX is a cult, the greatest CTO in crypto. PulseChain is a near religion. Okay, now you have a lot of people, you know, coming in. They know that meme coins are the narrative of this bull run, right? They're just following the next new shiny object, and they're not going to make money. They're not destined to make money. Guess why? Because they're not believing in something all the way to the finish line. Okay, with the EHEX, it is going to be the greatest CTO story ever. We didn't fall 99%. We survived at minus 99%. The community didn't go anywhere. PulseChain is a near, again, PulseChain is a near religion. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about it, guys, you're not investing in just the tokens within PulseChain. You're investing in the community itself. You're investing in the literal, where is it? It was the PulseChain community. Big shout out to them. You know, 131 plus projects within PulseChain. You know, of them being DEXs, community made stuff. Nobody paying them to do this. Creators, 201 plus creators, and a big shout out to whoever made this website, because I am listed on there, and it's an honor for me to be listed, you know, amongst those very smart individuals. You mean, imagine me being in the same list as Crypto Coffee, Corey Costa, you know, Matty, Axis, Richard Hart himself. You know what I mean? Hexologist, don't get me. Moon King, Katie, all of those people. It's an honor to be in the same list. But I'm telling you guys, these are 201, or technically 200, excluding Richard Hart, who's not getting paid to do these videos. We're not going anywhere. Whether PulseChain is on a red or a green, we're not going anywhere. We've been making these videos. My top 10 tokens to hold in PulseChain literally did not change since the first months that I've been making PulseChain videos in last year. Literally, it did not change. The more I learned about PulseChain, the more I became convicted to it. And the more I realized, yes, there's not a lot of people in PulseChain right now, but that's, of course, a great thing. You have to look at it. Is it a half full, half empty type of glass? You know what I mean? We are the first 1% in PulseChain, guys. Okay, we have these low volumes. Look at this. The lowest prices of PHEX was when also we had the lowest volume. People don't want to buy. People don't want to talk about HEX. They don't want to buy. They don't want to come into PulseChain when there's no green candles. Retail investors, non-believers, they will come here once there's green candles. So look at this. They want to follow green candles. This is what I'm telling you. We will have the early days of Solana in PulseChain. Okay? And I actually need to update this because look, it's a 47x away from 50 cents. Look at this. It's actually a 21x away now. How many X's are we away from $2? I want to find out myself. Let me update this. From $2, we are a 87x away from $2, guys. That would be life-changing money on its own for me in PHEX. Okay, now what's going to drive that to $2? A lot of different reasons. And of course, first of all, I want to tell you how the cycles work. Obviously, you have Bitcoin. You want to, we're not going to be happy with making a 2 or 3x this bull run. So, of course, you don't want to buy into Bitcoin. You want to look into what's the leverage of Bitcoin. You look at Ethereum. Ethereum is going to do a 4 to 5x. Great. But 4 to 5x every 4 years, every bull run is not enough. You want to look into the leverage of Ethereum. And this is where I introduce PulseChain. PulseChain is a leverage of Ethereum, not just because it has 100% uptime, thousands of times cheaper gas fees. Look at this. 1,383x cheaper gas fees. 100% uptime. Even with, let's look at the blocks. 17% quicker block time speeds, an average of 10 seconds. Yes, at the same time, this is all great. It's an evolved layer 1 solution for Ethereum, and it's first of its own kind. It's not just a generic layer 1 fork of Ethereum. It's also a full system state copy. Basically, as an effect, it has made the world's largest crypto airdrop. Okay, but again, this is not what makes PulseChain super unique to be a part of. It's also the trials and tribulations that Richard Hart is going through. You know what I mean? Being in PulseChain is more than an investment. As I already mentioned, you're part of, you're investing in a community, but at the same time, being in PulseChain is a movement. Freedom of speech, against the SEC. Fun fact. SEC, it has 18 states suing the SEC for violating Administrative Procedure Act. You can read this. Shout out to Richard Hart, by the way. And obviously, Gary Gensler basically implied that he is going to be resigning. Really great news. Gary Gensler, just generally the SEC. Obviously, SEC is a very needed department that helped, introduce acts that, to mitigate against stuff like the greatest Ponzi scheme ever with, what is his name again? Bernie Madoff? I forgot his name. And a lot of other people. But, since 2020, with that bull run, they kind of focused more into crypto. They started trying to stifle crypto, targeting Uniswap, XRP, and then obviously now Richard Hart and PulseChain. Imagine trying to sue a piece of code. But guess what? There was an oral hearing for the SEC. It went very, very well. The judge for it, she knows about crypto. You know what I mean? Imagine SEC is trying to sue Richard Hart, who lives in Finland, telling him, hey, he's targeting US residents. Okay, how do you feel like? Why are you saying that? Give us, you know what I mean? The judge is saying, okay, why? Produce your points. And they're literally talking about, oh yeah, he's uploading YouTube videos on YouTube. And they're saying YouTube is an American company. Are you okay, bro? Are you okay? Yes, YouTube is an American company. Of course, the algorithm is global. When we upload videos, when I'm uploading videos, I don't check which countries it goes to. It's an agnostic. When I upload videos, I'm agnostic to whoever watches it. You know what I mean? And they're even talking about, oh, he's doing these transactions, and then the judge goes, but where does the blockchain live? Oh my God, bro. They started stuttering. They started, let's change the point. Let's actually talk about, you know what I mean? Bro, they talk about sacrifice, and then literally the judge says herself, I don't care if he's spending lavishly, he's buying the world's biggest diamond. If he told you this money is no longer yours, then that's it. We don't need to further talk about what he spent it on. You know what I mean? Outrage marketing. I don't care. She is based, guys. Shout out to that judge. It feels great to be in PulseChain. We will win. Centralized exchanges will list us, and a big shout out to Maxi because they are the first centralized exchange to list us. Imagine, guys, Uniswap. Go to Uniswap right now. Try to buy EHEX. It will literally tell you you can't transact EHEX. You have to go to other dexes. I believe that's the case. I'm not sure if it's just for UK people. But you know what I mean? This actually brings me to another point. This is why I love being PulseChain. It is truly decentralized. Show me another blockchain that implemented IPFS, interplanetary file system, where we don't have to rely on the .com website where you go PulseX.com. Because of course it is centralized. Who owns the .com domain, right? We can now do a peer-to-peer network, and as well, show me another blockchain that allows you to download, guys, and host your own DEX. You can download a copy of PulseX and have a local host where you're interacting directly from your software, locally hosted software, to the blockchain. No middleman. You don't have to rely on a centralized exchange. Show me, guys. And it gets even better. We forked Ethereum, made it better. We forked Uniswap, PulseX, and we made it native to PulseChain. We forked DAI, the greatest stablecoin, in my opinion. Same opinion with Richard Hart. That's on Ethereum. Proven its time that it has been working. Stayed at $1. The way it's designed with a DAO, everything's great. Unlike USDC, USDT that has freeze and blacklist functions, we forked that and made it even more decentralized. No admin keys. And Richard Hart talked about making a crypto-backed stablecoin. He learned the lessons. He saw what Terra Luna failed at. A lot of things are bullish in PulseChain, but guess what? That's not even the topic of today's video. We're talking about HEX. Why is it bullish? Now, if you guys didn't know, PulseChain had 2 sacrifice phases. Okay, PulseChain sacrifice and the PulseX sacrifice. I was there. I was in the PulseX sacrifice. I put in like, I don't know, at that time I put in like probably, actually you guys don't need to know. I mean, I put in a few $100s, nothing too much. Okay, and frankly, it was not the greatest decision. Okay, that money, by the time I went to PulseChain, I was kind of late, by the way, because I did take a hiatus from this channel, from the previous bull run. Kind of a big mistake, to be honest. Even though, yes, we're in a bear market, I shouldn't have stopped learning about crypto, staying up to date, maybe becoming something, learning to be a dev, etc. Just generally making more content. Anyways, better late than ever, right? Going to PulseChain, I check out what my sacrifice values were. It was $18. But you know what? That's fine with me. Do you know why? Because I signed up to a sacrifice. I knew that it's no expectations. I'm absolutely fine with it. But guess what? This sacrifice funds is not going, it's still here. Okay, 1 second. I kind of butchered what I'm trying to say. The sacrifice funds are still in wallets. And Richard Hart, he is going to do the same strategy that he did with HEX, the EHEX. Okay, where you can almost put the 2 charts together, where he effectively pumped HEX just after Ethereum peaked. So as Ethereum starts to fall down, he then started pumping up HEX, buying back appreciation. I prefer doing it that way than paying, disingenuous content creators that's going to show you videos as they dump in the background. No, I prefer him to just buy up his own tokens. Richard Hart is honestly one of the most honest content, just generally founders, crypto founders. This is why I prefer to participate within PulseChain than Ethereum, because you have Ethereum Foundation, literally selling thousands of Ethereums. I don't know why, to fund an ETH OS. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't like it. Ethereum Foundation, they're dumping on people's heads. You got Solana as well. You got XRP sending, what was it? XRP sending like 10 million to Kamala Harris's campaign. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Kamala Harris, really? The one who's doing the whole Operation Choke Point 2.0? Go look it up. What are we doing, bro? Being a bunch of posers. Yeah, Richard Hart is none of that. This is why I like being in PulseChain. It is more than an investment, guys. It is a movement. It is a lifestyle. I do have my own religion. I do already believe in God, but it is also a neo-religion. Okay, it feels great. But let me tell you, the sacrifice funds are working for us. You can see this, a website called lookintorh.com. The sacrifice funds are worth $552 million. You can see all the wallets that are holding. This is all as a collective. Okay. Once Ethereum goes to $7,000 plus, this will be worth over $1 billion. Now, fun fact, if you guys didn't know about Avalanche, it kind of launched in the or it was kind of bullish in the later altcoin season of the last bull run. They did a similar thing where they injected 100 million into the ecosystem, and it was like Avalanche was doing really great for that short period of time. It's like mini altcoin season. But let me tell you, imagine this happens in PulseChain with 10 times buying power. That was 100 million, and Avalanche was great. Imagine PulseChain, but with $1 billion, bro. Now you're gonna ask yourself, good question. where's he gonna buy back with the money? Like, what are the, the entry points? Good question. And of course, it is none other the four richer hardcore tokens: Pulse, the native coin; PulseX, the greatest DEX, that's deflationary, very bullish; INC, the incentive token; and PHEX, guys. PulseChain HEX, the cycle 1 narrative that will repeat the history that EHEX did. Do you know what EHEX did? Yeah, it was top 4 coin market cap listing at 41 cents, $71 billion market cap. Guys, I believe that history either repeats itself or it often rhymes. And guess what as well, by the way, at the same time, in terms of EHEX, telling you, we are going through a lot of trials and tribulations and we will prevail. Look at this, Binance US, HEX lawsuit revived by appeals courts. Because guess what, guys, with EHEX, and if you guys didn't know, CoinMarketCap, Binance owns CoinMarketCap. Let's look at this. U.S. Appeals Court revives HEX token manipulation case against Binance US, reversing previous dismissal. Lawsuit claims Binance.us manipulated HEX token ranking on CoinMarketCap, causing a price drop. Court finds sufficient U.S. ties to hold Binance.us accountable for alleged HEX manipulation. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And by the way, let me pause my video. Let me get that one second. Okay, we're back. And by the way, even on CoinGecko, you type in Pulse, okay, which is the native token to PulseChain, right? You type it, and actually before we do that, let's go to Ethereum real quick, just to see the tags that it has. Smart contract, DeFi, fair enough, layer 1, proof of stake, all these stuff, great, that helps people find it, right? Now imagine we go and type Pulse. What do you think will show up? What do you think will show up? Scroll down. The only category that we are in is alleged SEC securities. Guys, we will prevail. I am in PulseChain not just for an investment. It is a movement. I believe that we will see the early days. I'm telling you, same thing that happened with Bitcoin when it first started. Everybody called it a scam. Same thing that happened with Bitcoin. Only places that you were able to trade it were very minimal places. We're talking like the first centralized exchange was Mt. Gox. That was the only place you could buy Bitcoin. And guess what? That was the best time to buy Bitcoin. And we will see the same things. We are seeing it already. People calling Richard Hart a scammer. PulseChain, oh yeah, let's sue it. HEX, oh my god, it was a scam. PulseChain, there's a high barrier for entry. There's no centralized exchanges that are listing it. Yes, you have to go through a few hoops to go into PulseChain. You have to bridge, you have to learn MetaMask, non-custodial wallet. I'm telling you right now, who's the viewer, you are already a winner. You're ahead of the curve. You're the 1%. The 99% of people are literally wasting their times on venture capitalist meme coins, desensitizing themselves with like pumped up fun on Solana. They're not making money, guys. They're gonna be fed up. They're gonna realize. And you have retail investors. They're gonna make the little 2, 3, 4, 5x with Ethereum, Bitcoin, and after that, they're gonna start shopping around. They're gonna say, "I want to make 10x," and they're gonna come here. They're gonna go and see PulseChain. Oh, I heard PulseChain has been pumping, and they're gonna see, PHEX at 20 cents, and they're gonna be like, "Whoa! Oh, I see people saying that it will go to $2, 20 cents." You know what I mean? Oh, I want to make that 10x. And then you have the retail investors, the non-believers. You know what I mean? The people coming from the kind of normies. You know what I mean? They're gonna come and be like, oh, making a 10x from 20 cents to $2. That's a no-brainer. When we were here from the start, because you've been watching my videos. You believed in something. You didn't want to make a little 2x. You wanted to hold till the finish line, because that's the biggest winners where they at. I've seen people who made millions off of Shiba Inu. I've seen people who made millions because they're almost the last ones to hold. Guys, Because actually, if you understand the way crypto moves up and down, the motive phase, correction phase with Elliott wave theory, do you know what that happens? You know what's going on in there? It's actually a redistribution of tokens where old holders are almost leaving and you have new holders coming in. It's a redistribution from the weak hands to the strong hands. And sometimes it completely changes who's investing. But if you're holding from the beginning, you will reap the most rewards. Especially when you couple it with a DCA strategy, you can become from a small fish into a dolphin, into a whale. I've experienced that myself within PulseChain. I've been DCing very slowly. I don't consider myself a whale at all. Hopefully I'll become a whale. And it starts by starting to think like one. That's what I usually say. Think like a whale, become a whale. Guys, we're going to see the early days. And I believe if EHEX did it, EHEX was in the top 10 CMC ranking. We're going to see PHEX do that. Look at pulsecoinlist.com. Big shout out to them. Token rankings. Look at this. We see all the top token rankings, obviously removing P stables. We scroll down, we see that EHEX is already number 13. Oh, sorry, apologies. PHEX is already number 13 with a 13 billion market cap. A 10x from here. Easily puts us in the top 10. A lot of bullish things is going on, guys. A lot of bullish things are going on. Now, I just want to say a big thank you to just you guys, honestly. Go follow me on my Twitter. If you are new to crypto in general, if you're very new as well, specifically, consider checking out my course, link in the description. Obviously, this is another way for you to support me, and I really would, value a lot of your feedback about the course, how it is, etc. So yeah, thank you for your time, and of course I hope you guys are been enjoying this video so far. And I just want to say we have great times ahead of us, guys, using this website, which I really love to use. It's a price appreciation simulator. It's effectively trying to simulate the sacrifice funds going into the 4 richer hardcore tokens. Obviously, of them is HEX. What would it simulate the price to be? So let us do that with 400. Let's say it's actually 125. Let's do 125. Oh, 125. So this 500 million total. Let's say Richard changed his mind and he just wanted to do the rotation into PulseChain today. Where would it take us? We're gonna click calculate. Let us find out. This is why I'm telling you the $2 mark is my kind of realistic conservative mark. I've seen a lot of people talk about $10, $5 ones. That would be amazing. I want to find out. So yeah, you can see this. Look at this. Even this one is $10. At $9 at 407x. INC. Big shout out to INC. My target is more like 300, not 700. But again, I like to cut down my expectations. Just to not overhype myself. I just want to try to keep it realistic, break it down into milestones. My strategy is, guys, okay, 2025 is the year to make money. Okay, one bull run every 4 years. How is it dictated? It is not by Bitcoin halving, as you might think, as most of the majority might think. It is only by coincidence that the Bitcoin halving acts as a pre-bull run or a kickoff to the bull run. Because actually, most of the times in the Bitcoin halving year, the gains is to be expected in the year after. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. That's where the real gains is to be made. And most of those Bitcoin halving years, the Q4s, is where we expect Bitcoin to really perform. And that's exactly what we've seen. Do you know in the previous months, Bitcoin broke down to 50K, under 60K. People were flooding it. People were calling, oh, the top is already done. Black Swan event, World War III, etc. I believed in pattern. In the patterns I looked at. I don't need to look at, market sentiment analysis, even though it is a really great factor. But again, that can be a short-term factor. If you're trying to do, swing trading, then of course look at market sentiments, look at the news that are coming out. But if you believe in what you believe, you've made up your thesis. I am risking it. I want to hold it to the finish line. Life is, honestly, guys, you're either going to stay working your 9 to 5, safe job, happy days, you can settle for that. Great, it's good for you. But for me, I want to take those risks. It's not going to break me if my investments didn't go anywhere. Thankfully, I'm not investing with risk capital, or I am investing with the risk capital. I'm telling you, this is what I'm risking it for. HEX, PulseChain, in general, PulseX, one of my greatest investments in my portfolio today, and honestly ever. I want to make the best out of it. I want you guys to be with me on the ride. I believe in sharing knowledge is equal to knowledge squared, so it's going to benefit both of us. Me making videos, I get to learn a lot. I get to learn your opinion, which I want you to join my Telegram, link in the description. Don't be left alone. If you have any questions, you're new to PulseChain, you have doubts about PulseChain, you still think Richard Heart is a scammer, you know what I mean? You're doubting Richard Heart core tokens, what meme coins to look into. Go and ask it in the Telegram community, or you can email me, link in the description. You can even DM me on my Telegram at who lied. I'll never DM you first. I'll never ask you for money. Okay. So, also want to say a big shout out to the income token. This is a token that I made a video on a few days ago. Partnered with them. I gave an airdrop. 42 people, viewers, you guys, 42 people received the airdrop from income, and now you guys have been making 12%, buy sell tax. All of that tax goes to redistributing INC rewards. So I think I've seen people who, I think it's 3-4 days old. 4 days. Some people have already amassed 50 plus INC from the reflection, which is really great. It's a buy and hodl type of token where you don't have to worry about anything else. You just racking the INC rewards. INC obviously is a token itself. That's a 100x token in my opinion, not financial advice. So yeah, go check out Income. A big shout out to them. I made the logo, by the way, the Income and the Income logo. So hey, if you do need me to make a logo, you can reach out to me. Aside from that, big shout out to that. It's a pleasure to make airdrops to you guys. You guys are been supporting me, watching my videos, commenting on stuff. And of course, by the way, in terms of checking it out, this is a contract that's by Desktop, trustable, very trusted, credible DEX within PulseChain. And yes, I have checked that the owner, the contract is renounced. So you can see that the owner is obviously a zero address. So that's really great as well. So, there's no way that the owner can change the buy and sell tax, etc., etc. So anyways, guys, going back to it, we have tons of bullish stuff. Even here, look at this. Satoshi era. Bitcoin wallet just moved 2,000 Bitcoin for the first time. What a legend. And I can imagine some people saying, yeah, Richard Heart. I'm telling you, there's actually rumors where people say Richard Heart is one of the founders of Bitcoin, where I think they're saying that there's 2 owners. One of them died. The other one is still alive. Could be Richard Heart. What do you think? What do you think? I wouldn't be surprised if it was Richard Heart at this point, but obviously he's very smart in not admitting that he created Bitcoin. And I think we will never know the person for obviously political reasons, etc., etc. But, also a quick reminder, this is why I mentioned my course, because it actually covers the security aspects of things, cybersecurity. Unfortunately, guys, we've seen this where a crypto live streamer just got hacked and lost 100k live. Well, he didn't get hacked, but he had his seed phrase, the 24 seed phrase, in a sticky note. And he was live streaming, and all as easy as that, you were able to see it.
Was that my seed
we can
phrase?
watch this right now. Let's see.
Where the fuck is my flag at?
I don't know why there's no audio. Oh, actually, it's low on my end, but you guys can definitely hear it. But yeah, it's unfortunate. You can see that as soon as he alt tabbed right here, look at this, his desktop. It's right there. Please, guys, do not overlook cybersecurity as you come into crypto. You might have been in crypto for years. There's always still ways to get yourself wrecked through social engineering, through easy mistakes like that, by being like sloppy around. Please look into how to be secure. Don't put your stuff in sticky notes, okay? Especially if you're, I don't know, doing live streams and stuff. Put it in a physical kind of storage, okay? Anyways, and of course, don't save your passphrase. Don't send them over any text messages. You don't want to trust them. Don't save them in the cloud, etc., etc. You know what I mean, guys? And don't save them in a file that is literally called private keys. Okay. Try to encrypt the file, consider getting a cold wallet. Just a physical wallet that auto encrypts itself. So the only way to actually unencrypt it, to do a transaction, is either by using a thumbprint or a passkey, etc. You know what I mean? Just consider that. Just be cyber aware. Keep learning stuff. Obviously, don't connect your wallet to unknown websites. Have multiple wallets as well, so you can separate or disperse your valuables, not in just one place. So please do understand this. I've had 4 people message me this year who have lost a lot of money, and some of them unfortunately had like their savings in crypto. So please learn from other people's mistakes rather than your own. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and just a final reminder with PHEX. Okay, if you scroll down, and I think this is I've seen other people talk about this, is once you look at the HEX liquidity. Obviously, this is the liquidity pool. You need a liquidity pool for you to even buy and sell tokens. Disregarding what other people are holding in their wallets, you need liquidity. It's like money in the ATM. So once you scroll down, because this is a V1 liquidity, so it's a symmetrical liquidity, right? So you need the buy side and the buy/bid side and the sell side, right? Or the ask side, apologies. You have HEX here, which we have 782 million PHEX in the ask side, which is kind of crazy, because now holding 1 million PHEX is going to feel like a club. You know what I mean? Being in a part of a cool club. And now you're telling me there's only a possibility of 782 people from today to be able to buy 1 million PHEX. You understand what I'm saying? Like, now, if you're holding 1 million PHEX, first of all, big clap to you. And at the same time, look at this. That PHEX in the pool is being reduced. Okay, and this is what Richard talked about. Price moves in squares. Okay, now if I remember, Richard said if you have the amount of the ask side on the liquidity pool, the price gets squared, so times 4. So yeah, use that as you wish, or as you take it. This is very bullish news. Again, Richard understands a lot how the product formula works with Uniswap's formula. X times Y is equal to K. It is very, very, very smart, guys. Keep this in mind. It will become more scarce. It'll become harder to buy it. It'll become more expensive to get the bag that you're holding every single day. The bag that you're holding is becoming harder and harder to get for other people. So yeah, guys, I'm telling you, hold to the finish line. I'm going to end the video there. I'm going to go enjoy my Saturday. Thank you very much, guys. You guys are amazing. I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos. I'm telling you, HEX is going to repeat its glory days of EHEX. Now, where do I think EHEX is going to go? In my opinion, I think EHEX will as well, climb back up, because EHEX, I am holding it as well. You can see this is the charts. I think it's slightly delayed. It's still, though, today it did go up by 18.7, but I have to keep it real with you guys. Okay, I don't ever want to not tell you everything that I know. There is a whale called BankX. He has been selling a lot on the EHEX side, and I think he's still holding around 400 million EHEX. And I just hope, honestly, for him to completely sell out all his bags, because of course now we have this unfriendly whale. So yeah, keep it in mind. That's possibly one of the reasons why we are not EHEX. The ratios slowly separating away with PHEX. But I'm just telling you, I still think EHEX is bullish. Now, I don't think EHEX will go to $1, $2, $3. In my opinion, I think it will be able to reach all-time high, which is, a good amount of X's away from that, which is a 220X, which that would be life-changing amount for me. That's my, opinion about EHEX. I don't have any more further than that. I think it's still very bullish. I'm long-term price oriented, so either way, I don't really care about what's going to happen in the mid or short term. So that's my opinion. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Check out Income. Check out my crypto course. You can support me. I have a donation address link in the description. Thank you very much, guys. You guys are amazing. Being in PulseChain is one of my greatest life decisions, making videos for you guys. I'm super grateful, And yeah, final message before I go enjoy my weekend is God bless us all. Thank you. Bye-bye.